Hello, everybody. It's David here in Mauritania. You just saw a live stream that I did, hopefully, about some graffiti. But I'm here to talk about how I'm so heartbroken. I was ready to get paid some scratch for the stone structures. I got my photos still. I'm going to upload them for free. I'm not asking for money. However, I also need to give a shout out to the people that beat me to it. And I forgot to pull them up. Not Michael Tellinger. First thing is I got to change back over to. I'll probably clip this part out. I'm so verklempt. Okay. See, the problem right now is we got. Yeah, see, I can't do this part right now. I'm going to have to cut this in later. Forget that. Okay. The people that actually got the castle. All right. I mean, this I want to print out and put on my wall. Atlantis Together. They've got their website right here. They've got their YouTube down here. And check out, I just got photos. These guys got 3D modeling. Now, it's kind of hard to maneuver, but as you can see, the castle is no more than about 2 feet high. And it may be higher or lower in some places, but it was now called the fortress. This is fortress number 2. This is not the one that's in the center. This is over on the side. It looks just like it. It's got the same design. Now, we did come up with the idea that it was French Foreign Legion. However, I think it's got to be a little bit older. It's rougher. It's not a castle. It's not a fort. It's just a pile of rocks, but it's about 200 years old. It could be 1,000, 1,200, and even possibly 5,000 years old. I've been watching this Michael Tellinger video, and we've got structures that are exactly the same with these piled stones. No mortar. Piled stones, no mortar. That's what you've got at the castle. There it is. I'll show you my photos in another video, or if I can get my S together, I'll put it together tonight. But as you can see, it was just like a curb, like a 2-foot wall. I mean, I should have measured it, but I was already kind of like, okay, let's get to the next one. But here's the bad news. And these guys are awesome. I talked to both of them, Gregory and Andros, and they did exactly what I was going to do. They actually did it. Those guys, they walked 7 kilometers to get this, and they walked back 7 kilometers. They walked a total of 14 kilometers. Now, I was dead set to do the same thing, but I took the 4 by around to the other side. But you can see in their comments, this is just another fortress. I thought those were stones, and it turned out because they were filled with white sand. This is not in color. The color hasn't been added to this. But the fortress number 2, the color has been added to the stones. And all I can say, and this is not even the first one. You can check it out on your own. But guess what else they did? They did the whole structure. And from my understanding, they didn't do it. This was not from a drone. This was from 3D modeling from other data. That's why I believe it's so high. It's beautiful. But one thing that it does show, and I think that's awesome if I can control it, is it really shows this circle right here. And I talked to the geologist, Andros, and he says it's a volcano. I don't believe it's a volcano. I want to see more data. But either way, he's agreeing with Randall Carlson. I want to see the data. It's just too flat. You've got a couple of alluvial fans. We can get in there if I can control it. It's such a hard thing to control. I don't know how much detail we can get. But this is see, you're not getting a lot of detail from this. But what you do see is this ridge. That is a crateral. Let me just back out. You can see the line go all the way around. It gets this. I don't know if this is 100% correct. This should be flatter in my opinion. Like I said, this has been stretched up, right? So this is not so mountainous right here. This is flat. You've got yourself a nice ring right there. Nice ellipse. And then the mountains are gone all around it. All this stuff around it's gone. What happened? And how did this get full? Well, they say maybe it's wind filled it. But look, it's not about what science can't prove. It's what science still has yet to prove. I believe what we have here, and the fact that this ridge cuts across and you have the collapsed mountains around it, it's just they've been moved around. That land totally perpendicular to that. This is totally perpendicular. These were the mountains. But whatever was here got pulverized, and whatever was around it got annihilated. And by the way, even if it was an eruption, it's the same thing, right? So here's a question: how old is it? And that we still don't have the answer to. And apparently it's quite expensive to find out. So that's the next step, those tests. And yeah, I'll probably have to go back by there and get a sample of something. But I don't have that experience. So why not just make sure that I'm doing it right before I start throwing a lot of time and effort at something? It's definitely my view. Now, we do have no more castle, right? Where is it castle at? Oh, it's in here. It's over here. We're not going to see it, are we? This is actually quite interesting because it does show the 3D. It's a little, remember, it's a little higher than, man, this thing's a pain in the ass. Where's north anyways? Okay, that makes it easy. All right, that actually makes it a little bit more understandable. It's dumb. This thing's dumb. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me just move it like that again. It's actually kind of easy to control once you get used to it. I'm never going to get used to it. Okay, so those people live right about there. The center's like right there. And everybody knows the castle's like this way, right? And you can see a nice pass, like you could go right through there, but it never really came up. Like I was looking for this pass right here. I guess, yeah, I know where that pass is, but it was so hard to get down. There must have been a road or something right there to get down there, but I could not get it. The castle's like right here. It was up on the top of that ridge. And you look down it. I got video of it. You look down it, and it's like, yeah, look, here's another one. Mauritania interference. That's it. That looks nice. What's that about? I haven't seen that. So there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, so it's by Arakuminuru. And this guy, that is not anybody I spoke to. But as I said, the other, okay, not looking at that. The other structures are right there. You know, I got 4K video of it. I'll put it up later. But these guys beat me to it about a year ago almost. It's almost been a year. They did it in April. I don't know. Those badasses actually crossed that desert. Like I was going to do the same thing. I was ready for the hike, but I didn't have to do it. Look at that. So what do we have anyways? What are we looking at? I mean, we're looking at what I call the tooth wall. Hey, that looks like a tooth, right? I think I got that right. I was kind of yeah, they look like teeth, right? I made that call. And there you go. I've always called them the tooth wall. The images were 3D rendered in 2021. And this is just like a tower, it's a fortress. It's like, this is actually the other one that's on the west side. It's not the one in the center, but they're almost precisely exactly the same. So they were following a plan. But the thing is when I saw it the first time, I thought this looks exactly like what I saw in Wadane. So however old Huadan is how old this castle is. Now these guys are labeling it as French Foreign Legion. And I can't disagree with that, but I still think it must have been like 200 years ago. And there is the question of whether or not these fortresses were built on top of previous locations. When I was standing there, I did feel like it could be Poseidon's lair. It did feel that heavenly. It was a kind of a heavenly feeling. It was exhilarating. I just wrote it off as being part of the rush from making it to the center and finding the castle. But, at this point in time, I'm kind of thinking like it was like a nice little mountaintop pasture. There's a lot of stuff in there. Down the hill, you can kind of, you don't get in this rendering, and I missed it because I was too busy staring. That the little pasture of trees that's to the west of the center island fortress. It's actually labeled Fortress Number 1, right? The one everybody wants to know about, and I think Jimmy knows about it too. So someone reached out to Jimmy. Someone's got to reach out. It still doesn't mean that. Okay, so what's next for me? I'm gonna be giving you guys a couple other surprises instead. But of course, this is in the center. This was a major need to go. I'm just surprised at how, like, I thought it was going to be at least a tall wall, you know, and instead you're just getting this fortification, this fortress, and they have their other structures. They got the triangles, which I obviously totally missed. I didn't see that. So I know that I didn't see the triangles. Yeah, so Atlantis Together, that's Gregory, and he was the number one guy that contacted me. He's like the number one guy, and I'm his Facebook friend. And then Andros, I just friended. I think he's got COVID. It might be uh, uh, he was not feeling well, and I wish him good health. But congratulations to him. And like I said, he's also a geologist, so he knows his stuff. They're both in Hungary, Budapest, and they're planning another trip in December. I don't know what they're looking for. I talk about it more and more, but I did give him a couple of ideas. And as you may have noticed in my previous video, I have been doing a little local research here in Nouakchott, trying to find out, and I did find out some really good information. Going to be putting that together in a different video, though, because I'm still getting it all straightened out. But the gold mines, that's actually quite interesting. And then what's the first thing I see is this video. And if you go to 52, wait, I got the wrong time? Yeah, 53. You can see those round circles, and those are actually right here in Mauritania, in the same region as the Tijit, I guess you call it. I don't even know if I'm online, and every time I try to get online, I was trying to get to these guys, Atlantis Together. See if we can find it right here. So I want their YouTube channel. Where's Fortress 1? There's got to be Fortress 1. Let's go there. Found it. This was very interesting. These gold structures. I'll go to it, and it'll give me something to do, right? Is it 53? Was it? Yeah, let's watch this. I think I lost it. It's making me reload it. That's so stupid. And the web here in Mauritania is not very good. All right, let's see. So this was exciting. Yeah, I can believe this work, but I do think I've seen I think I've seen this. It was done before. It's a little bit. I should get those names that are here. I wonder how much I can spin that. Can't spin it? There we go. I should have. Okay, so yeah, and I have to admit, I should have wrung the rocks, right? Although I'm not going to take apart the castle. I still think that's kind of sacrilege. There's Adam's calendar right there. I know exactly where that is. But as you can see, the internet here is not very good. Go check out Atlantis Together if you want to see these 3D renderings. And I'm trying to open, I don't even know what this is. I guess I don't have internet. Let me see, do I have internet? Or I'm connected, but but it's like, do I have internet? I can change it over to use my phone's connection. What is going on here, man? But I just don't want to waste time with that right now. So I'm just going to give you the name, facebook.com, Atlantis Together. Check out Atlantis Together. And by the way, he's had his website up for quite a while. This is it, I think. No, that's not it. But this is some great work. It's amazing. And it's totally correct. It looks exactly correct. I mean, I'll show you some pictures of it on the hill, but that's... And they totally did all the structures that are all these fortress style structures. It seems like anything French Foreign Legion, because I'm telling you right now, the fortress number 4, the one that I went to, and they even got good work on fortress number 5, the one that I ignored because I was so heartbroken. By the way, these are this must be... I didn't really notice it being so perfect when I was there. It looked like it was all messed up. It was hard to get this clean. This has been cleaned up quite a bit, I think. I'm not sure what's going on. I feel like it's clean. First of all, I'd like to see the color. This is not the correct color. But I think that this has been cleaned up. I will show you the pictures I took, and you'd say for yourself. All right. But the thing is that we're having internet problems. Let's see one more time if this thing is going to give me internet. Because I've been... There we go. Boom. Finally, right? Sheesh. So I had to make a promise that anything I got was 4K. And this, it would be... Man, it looks like they got that other thing. It looks like they got that other crescent right there. Interesting. Yeah, and you have to question how they got that drone in the country, right? There's that... What are we looking at? That's not the one that I went to. The one that I went to is a lot rockier, I thought. I don't know. But this must be... Gosh, that looks like the same one. Yeah, that kind of looks... It does. It looks, I guess, I don't remember it being so clean in the middle, but that looks like the real thing right there. They had got some good dronage. They beat me. What's that? The triangle? So they got everything. Yeah, I wish I knew about this. See my comment? I wish I knew about this before I came here this week, because I was out there myself just the other day. Some really good video. There's my story. Yeah, they got the camels. They got the desert road. Atlantis together, man. I can't believe it. They totally beat me. Platon. What time is it? So I got some other work to do, but I'm planning on going over there and looking at some canals because, in my opinion, and we can just open this up. We still have some splaining to do.